Bitcoin went down some 3%, but it's still trading in the $118,000 range. We're still bullish on it. Gold was down some $20. It's trading around the $3,335 an ounce. How long have we been saying this? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's been trading in this range now for almost 2 months. So it's still very strong and stronger yet to become. Man, the markets were down today. The Dow was down over 200 points, but it changed because the inflation numbers came in higher than expected. And stocks recovered. The NASDAQ, the S&P notched its third straight record close. NASDAQ Composite and Dow, tiny bit lower. Again, the Dow was down over 200 points. Wholesale prices rose 0.9%. They expected it to rise 0.2%. And they say that this is from CNBC. To be sure, some traders look past the PPI numbers. PPP numbers because the report showed the increase was driven by a large gain in, quote, portfolio management, along with airfare. Without those factors, the figures would have been much closer to estimates. So here we go. And so the street's still betting a 93% chance the Fed's going to lower interest rates next month. They're saying only a quarter point. And this is interesting, too. President Donald Trump has long pushed for more domestic semiconductor manufacturing. Again, this is from CNBC. And Intel is the sole U.S. company with the ability to manufacture the fastest chips in the States. The government's stake, he wants to take a stake in it, would help fund facilities that Intel is currently building in Ohio, the report says. So shares went up almost 3%. Brent crude climbed almost 2%. And
semiconductors remain at the heart of U.S. industrial strategy. Intel, the only American firm capable of producing advanced chips domestically, gained nearly 3% as reports circulated about federal investment in its new Ohio facilities. Meanwhile, energy markets reacted to geopolitical tensions. Brent crude rose almost 2%, following warnings from Washington over potential failed negotiations with Russia concerning Ukraine. Historically, oil prices spike when diplomatic uncertainty clouds supply chains. With global demand still recovering, these developments reinforced concerns about energy security. Traders continue to balance short-term volatility with long-term structural shifts in both fossil fuels and high-tech manufacturing.
This is how they wrote it. After U.S. President Donald Trump warned of severe consequences if his talks with Russian Vladimir Putin on Ukraine fail on expectations that a U.S. would spur oil demand. All right. You ready? Trump warned of severe consequences. Who the fuck are you to warn this shit? Who the fuck are you? You're going to tell Russia what to do? Russia's not going to give up the land they've taken. No way, no how. There's going to be some other bullshit coming up. Oh, remember the bullshit? Hey, Cunter. Hey, Greg Cunter. Remember all the fucking media bullshit that there was going to be a new ceasefire deal with Gaza and Israel? You remember that shit that they were selling week after week? And that guy Witkoff, Yeah, Witkoff, Jerkoff, scumbag, prick face. Yeah, more fucking bullshit that they're selling. Oh, remember they were going to make a deal with Venezuela week after week after week, month after month after month, and then bombs away over Venezuela. Not Venezuela, Iran. Remember that one? Remember that one? Oh, Witkoff, Jerkoff was over there too? Oh, there's going to be a deal? And they bombed Iran. More fucking bullshit, and that's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal. We don't take sides on anything. We only put the facts. Read history before it happens. We're giving you what nobody else does, and the more support we have, because we're losing it. I'm getting blacklisted from almost everybody because I won't support Israeli genocide or the Trump bankster team. Got it? Hey, but if you support genocide, don't support the Trends Journal. What else?
Digital and traditional safe havens had a mixed day. Bitcoin fell nearly 3%, retreating after a recent surge above $120,000, though long-term sentiment remains bullish. Gold dropped around 20, hovering near $3,335 an ounce, continuing its two-month range-bound pattern. Analysts stress that such fluctuations reflect consolidation rather than weakness. Gold's resilience suggests investors still view it as protection against both inflation and geopolitical instability. Meanwhile, the dollar's strength remains contested, with growing concerns about deficits and global diversification away from U.S. assets. The interplay between cryptocurrencies, gold, and the dollar underscores the fragile balance shaping modern financial markets.
Bitcoin went down some 3%, but it's still trading in the $118,000 range. We're still bullish on it. Gold was down some $20. It's trading around the $3,335 an ounce. How long have we been saying this? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's been trading in this range now for almost 2 months. So it's still very strong and stronger yet to become. And what else do we have here? Prospects of hydrogen as fuel fade. And they say the lack of certainty and a steep back in green emission has stopped the emerging green energy markets. It's too bad because I really believe in this hydrogen fuel, and we write about it in the Trends Journal. Rather than spending $1 trillion to the military-industrial complex, as President Dwight D. Eisenhower, five-star general, Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces, had said at one time, the military-industrial complex is robbing the nation of the genius of the scientists, sweat of the laborers, and the future of the children. And here we are. If we put that money into alternative energy, we'd have it decades ago. But hundreds of trillions given to the military-industrial complex. Yeah, this is from the Wall Street Journal yesterday. China's open source AI lead jars Washington and Silicon Valley. No shit. What was one of our covers of the Trends Journal magazine? What have we been saying since back in February? .com bust 2.0.
Hydrogen, once hailed as the future of clean energy, is facing headwinds. Recent reports show declining investor enthusiasm due to high costs and uncertain infrastructure. Advocates argue that without redirecting military spending into sustainable technologies, breakthroughs will remain elusive. Former President Dwight Eisenhower's famous warning about the military-industrial complex resonates today as critics note trillions poured into defense rather than renewable energy. The stalled hydrogen dream highlights a recurring theme. Political choices often delay technological progress. Still, innovation in battery storage, solar, and wind suggests the clean energy race is far from over, just shifting toward more viable solutions.
Yep. The models all have visions, are free for users to download and modify. It keeps going on and on, how they're coming advanced. This is from today's Wall Street Journal. OpenAI's rocky GPT-5 rollout shows strain to keep AI lead. We keep telling you over and over again, nobody, no fucking magazine, no newspaper, nowhere have they been saying that China's going to take the world over in AI. Why? You must love the Chinese, Celente. That's the kind of shit that they shovel down your throat when you put out the truth. Again, that scumbag, Slick Willie Clinton, who gave us, brought China into the World Trade Organization. They officially came in 2 weeks after 9/11. In 2000, as I say this over and over again, 10% of Chinese 18-year-olds went to college, now nearly 70%. They're AI addicted. They're high-tech addicted. You look at the numbers, they're very educated people. They're 1.4 billion versus 347 million dumb Americans. They're going to lead this thing. There's going to be a dot-com bust that's going to crash the equity markets. And the death of the dollar. Yep.
Artificial intelligence is emerging as the next geopolitical battleground. Recent reporting from the Wall Street Journal notes that China's open-source AI models are advancing rapidly, raising alarms in Washington and Silicon Valley. By subsidizing research and producing millions of highly skilled graduates, China is positioning itself as a dominant force in AI development. Meanwhile, U.S. firms like OpenAI face challenges maintaining leadership amid global competition. Observers warn that just as America once underestimated China's rise in manufacturing, it may now risk falling behind in digital innovation. The race for AI supremacy could reshape economic and military power balances worldwide.
The plan is, China subsidizes loans and battle with deflation. They're trying to jump up the market. They're not going to be able to do it. You ready for this one? This is from the Wall Street Journal. Trump crypto riches tied to little-known platform. The Trump family's crypto venture has generated wealth since the election of some $4.5 billion. Could you imagine this fucking shit? Could you imagine this fucking shit? This is the fucking lying bastard. He hated Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, we have all the quotes in the Trends Journal about how he hated this stuff. Until my family, myself and my friends and the Lutkoffs and this shits and that fucks and that scumbags in my administration and my family, they can make money, all right? So shut the fuck up, Celente, all right? All right? Hey, I'm going to stop that Ukraine war in 24 hours, all right? All right? Look at this fucking shit. And again, read your Trends Journal. Like it, don't like it, want it, don't want it. We said from the beginning, with Trump getting over $100 million from the crypto people, tens of millions of dollars for the inauguration, we said this stuff is going to fly. It was like $70,000 a coin back then, 60, 70,000. And now it was up to over 120 something thousand. And just pulled back. So we go by the facts, not what you like, what you want, what you wish for. In trend forecasting, it's what is. We're political atheists.
Finally, wealth distribution remains a defining challenge. Reports reveal that Trump-affiliated ventures have generated billions in cryptocurrency-related gains despite earlier opposition to digital assets. At the same time, the Congressional Budget Office confirms that recent tax policies disproportionately benefited the wealthiest Americans. The top 10% gained an average of $13,600 annually, while the poorest 10% lost about $1,200. Consolidation continues across industries, with multi-billion-dollar acquisitions strengthening corporate giants. Together, these trends highlight a widening gap between elites and average households. As markets consolidate, political debates intensify over whether economic growth will translate into shared prosperity or deepen systemic divides.
Cardinal strikes $1.9 billion deal for Solaris. Yeah. The apparel company, Gildan's, that's $2.2 billion. Yeah, right. One after another, the bigs keep getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. And this is an article from the World Socialist website. CBO report. That's the Congressional Budget Office. Trump's Robin Hood in reverse law takes from the poor and gives to the rich. An analysis of Donald Trump's Tax and Spending Act, issued by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, confirms that the measures signaled into last month transfers trillions of dollars in income from the poor to the wealthy. Trump's big, beautiful bill, the CBO noted, that the top 10% of income earners will see an average increase of $13,600. Yep, keeps going on. The lowest 10% of income earners will lose about $1,200 a year. Keeps going on. We said this in the beginning. He did the same fucking shit back with his 2017 bill. And they said that we're going to use the money for the big corporations for capital improvements. And 2019 was the biggest year, 2018 was the biggest year for stock buybacks.